ឥឡូវនេះពួកយើងមកដល់ SkyRose Chapel កន្លែងបន់សពលោកឪពុកនៅ Rose Hills SkyRose Chapel នេះ Yeah, beautiful. Look, now the sun is up. Look at that. Look at the view. So beautiful.
So if you would like to spend time with your loved one, you can do that at this time. Our service, once again, will start at 1:30. So if you would like to come forward and spend time with your loved one, please do so. Thank you so much, everyone.
Welcome everyone សូមស្វាគមន៍អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាជំរាបសួរហើយសូមថ្លែងអំណរគុណដល់ព្រះអង្គដែលបាននិមន្តមកក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះដើម្បីចូលរួមពិធីបុណ្យសពលោកឪពុករបស់ខ្ញុំហើយនឹងបងប្អូនញាតិសន្តានទាំងអស់ដែលបានអញ្ជើញមកក្នុងពេលនេះសូមថ្លែងអំណរគុណយ៉ាងជ្រាលជ្រៅក្រុមគ្រួសារខ្ញុំពិតជាមានកិត្តិយសណាស់ដែលបានឃើញមានបងប្អូនមកតាំងឆ្ងាយដល់ចិត្តមកយ៉ាងច្រើនកក់កុញនៅពេលនេះខ្ញុំចង់បង្ហាញពីកម្មវិធីដូចតទៅខាងនេះកម្មវិធីមានដូចតទៅឥឡូវនេះកម្មវិធីនឹងប្រែប្រួលបន្តិចពីព្រោះពេលវេលាវាខើចមកហើយគេឲ្យពិនិត្យមើលសពពិនិត្យមុនហើយដល់ពេលម៉ោង4គឺត្រូវបញ្ចប់កិច្ចនេះខាងតែពីចឹងណាអូខេកម្មវិធីបន្តគឺមានCalvin ជាប្អូនថ្លៃជាកូនភាសាមកខ្លះនឹងឡើងមកអានជីវប្រវត្តិសង្ខេបជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសហើយនឹងនិមន្តដៃគុណឲ្យជួយបកប្រែជាភាសាខ្មែរដើម្បីឲ្យបងប្អូនខ្មែរយើងបានស្ដាប់បានយល់ជាភាសាចាស់ហេតុអីបានធ្វើជាពីរភាសាព្រោះក្មេងៗជំនាន់ក្រោយជាភាសាចាស់គាត់នោះសូវចេះខ្មែរទេហើយដល់នេះយើងត្រូវធ្វើពីរភាសាអញ្ចឹងបន្ទាប់ពីហ្នឹងមកយើងនឹងមានការនឹករលឹកអំពីកូនចៅម្ដងម្នាក់ So basically the speech will follow the eulogy. Eulogy will be held by Calvin, okay, and then following on with the video tribute. Okay, so it's important that we remember him, as a special person, and the one who is now leaving us behind. So we want to remember him in our hearts. So I managed to dig through old video files and photos and combine them and put them into this tribute. It will last about 40 minutes, so I hope it is enjoyable because I tried to make it fun. My dad doesn't want us to cry. He told me that if he passed, don't ever cry. Just enjoy life. He had lived his life, so he doesn't want to see us crying. មុននឹងគាត់វាចាក់លោកនេះទៅគាត់ធ្លាប់និយាយប្រាប់ខ្ញុំច្រើនដងហើយគាត់ថាបើសិនជាលោកឪពុកណែអស់ជីវិតទៅសូមកូនកុំយំរស់នៅឲ្យបានសុខសប្បាយហើយវីដេអូហ្នឹងខ្ញុំធ្វើវាមានលាយសប្បាយហើយលាយអនុស្សាវរីយ៍ច្រើនហើយសូមបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាយាមិត្តទាំងអស់គ្នាចាំទស្សនាវីដេអូហ្នឹងបន្ទាប់ពីហ្នឹងមកមានការអានកំណាព្យពីបងស្រីរបស់ខ្ញុំ Monica. Okay, so the poem will be read by Monica, and then បន្ទាប់ពីហ្នឹងមកកម្មវិធីចុងក្រោយបងអស់គឺកម្មវិធីព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាខ្ញុំនឹងនិមន្តព្រះអង្គគ្រប់ព្រះអង្គដើម្បីជួយបញ្ចប់កិច្ចតាមពិធីព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាហើយម៉ោង4យើងនឹងបញ្ចប់កម្មវិធីនៅទីនេះដើម្បីដង្ហែសពទៅកន្លែងបញ្ចប់ Okay, so around 4 p.m. that's when we will end the ceremony and we will take the coffin into the burial ground. Okay, so let's now continue with the eulogy.
Thank you all. Alright, so I created this eulogy a while ago, and I added a few more things here about his life on it. And by the way, I'm Calvin. I am the son-in-law. I'm married to Monica Hang. So So here's the eulogy. The first part I call it in loving memory of the Thim. He was born from 1937 to 2025. So on April 21st, 2025 at 6:48 p.m. Pacific time, Mr. D. Thim, a beacon of compassion, wisdom, and boundless joy, gracefully attained nirvana at the age of 88 after a courageous 15-year battle with prostate cancer. Born on January 7th, 1937 in Udon, Cambodia, to Mr. Thim Tho and Mrs. Sim Yu, Mr. Thim lived a vibrant life embodying Buddhist virtues and leaving an indelible mark on his family, students, communities in Cambodia and the United States. Survived by his devoted wife of over 60 years, Mrs. Mao Jia, 7 children, and 15 grandchildren. His legacy of love, resilience, and service endures. The next section I call Early Life and Education, which is from 1937 to 1957. Mr. Thim was one of 11 siblings, 4 sisters and 6 brothers, all of whom predeceased him. Growing up in Udon, he displayed an early passion for learning and teaching. In 1957, he graduated from Priya Sisawat High School in Phnom Penh, laying the foundation for his lifelong commitment to education. A passion for the other one I call it a passion for teaching and entrepreneurship. So in 1958 to 1965, Mr. Thim taught French at a private school in Phnom Penh, captivating students with his elegance and intuition. His love for the language and his students' potential inspired him to open his first private school in 1963, the Whittier Secondary School in Phnom Penh. Between 1963 and 1965, he expanded his vision, founding Idros Secondary School in Udon and Panchak Sela Secondary School in Kampong Chnang. Splitting his time between these institutes, he continued teaching French, fostering a love for learning in countless students. His radiant smile and quick wit made his classrooms full of joy and inspiration. And I think all of us can feel that. In 1965, Mr. Thim married to Mrs. Jia, beginning a partnership rooted in love and mutual support that would sustain them through decades of triumphs and trials. Together, they would raise a family of 9 children, though 2, Bích and Chang, tragically passed during the Khmer Rouge era. So in 1969 to 1979, he has the challenges but yet resilience. By 1969, Cambodia's growing instability forced Mr. Thim and his family to close their schools and relocate to Thmokol village in Battambang, Mrs. Chia's hometown. For the next 5 years, Mr. Thim embraced a new role as a farmer, helping manage his father-in-law's farm with the same dedication he brought to teaching. The darkest chapter of his life began on April 17, 1975, when the Khmer Rouge seized control of Cambodia. The regime's brutal evacuation of cities to rural areas tore families apart, and Mr. Thim's family was no exception. His son, Benny and Bonan, were separated from their parents and placed in labor camps. As educators and intellectuals were targeted, Mr. Thim faced constant peril, evading persecution with resilience and courage. The Khmer Rouge atrocities claimed countless lives, but Mr. Thim's unwavering spirit kept him focused on reuniting his family. In January of 1979, the Vietnamese army threw the Khmer Rouge, offering a glimmer of hope. Seizing the opportunity, Mr. Thim reunited with Benny and Bonan and led them on a perilous escape across minefields to the Cambodia-Thailand border. Can you imagine going through that? His heroism ensured their survival, a testament to his selflessness and determination. In 1980, life in refugee camps. In 1980, the family found temporary refuge in the Kawadang refugee camp, later transferring to Sra Gao camp, where Mr. Thim's skill as an educator were once again in demand. He taught the Khmer language to refugee children, preserving their cultural heritage amidst displacement over the year. The family moved through 3 camps, with Mr. Thim's teaching providing stability and hope for young refugees. 1981 and 1985 is what I call the new beginning for him. On January 7, 1981, the U.S. Immigration Service accepted the family for resettlement, and on March 22, 1981, they arrived in Louisiana. Facing the challenges of a new language, culture, and limited resources, Mr. Thim worked tirelessly as a carpenter, construction worker, and janitor to support his family. So basically, he was working to do whatever he can to help support his family. His children, inspired by his example, pursued education with relentless drive, overcoming societal and economic barriers to achieve the American dream while honoring the Cambodian heritage. 1985 to 2009 is where he's building a legacy in California. In July 1985, the family relocated to California, where Mr. Thim continued working as a construction worker and contractor until his retirement. His tireless efforts provided stability, allowing his children to thrive as doctors, engineers, directors, and entrepreneurs. His pride in their accomplishment was matched only by his humility and humor, which brought joy to every family gathering. And I think everybody can attest to that. Mr. Thim's love for life extended beyond work. He found solace in music, moved with grace in dance, and he was dancing towards the very end, even though he was in his wheelchair during the Khmer New Year. I was captivated by the strategy of boxing. He cherished naps as moments of peace, savored food as a celebration of culture, and poured boundless love into his family. His compassion knew no bounds, evident in his kind words and selfless acts. So this is the hard part here. 2009 to 2025, his I call health challenges and continued service, but yet he was still in good spirit. In 2009, Mr. Thim was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. A surgery in 2010 extended his life, allowing him to live vibrantly for another 15 years, where the doctor was expecting him to live only 5 years. During vacations to Cambodia, even with his cancer, he volunteered to build homes for those in need, reflecting his deep commitment to service and his homeland. These acts of generosity left a lasting impact on communities in both Cambodia and the United States. In early April 2025, as the cancer returned, Mr. Thim began radiation treatment but could not sustain it. Losing his appetite and strength, he passed away peacefully on April 21st, 2025, surrounded by his love, his family, his niece. Although he left us, he left a lasting legacy. Mr. Thim is survived by his wife, Mrs. Mao Jia, my mother-in-law, and their 7 amazing children. Benny D and his wife, Vun Kang, and their son, Anthony. D. Bernard Bona, his wife, Paula Bona, his children, Jonathan, Jennifer, and Josephina. Dr. Buntan D, wife, Dr. Voigt Lun, and their children, Brianna, Savannah, and Garrison. And then there's Lawrence D, wife, Bopa D, Sherlina, and River. And then there's Soperi D, her husband, Bona, Sang, and children, Chloe and Cameron. And then there's Monica Thim Heng, and his amazing, handsomely awesome husband, Calvin Heng. Their children, Phoebe and Trenton, and then there's Jeffrey Thim, the final child. His children, Kehlani and Jayla. His 15 grandchildren carry forward his teachings of kindness, unity, and compassion. I've been married to my wife for 20 years, and I definitely can see him in every single one of the grandchildren. Their hard work. Mr. Thim's life was a testament to the power of resilience, love, and service. From surviving the Khmer Rouge to building a new life in America, he taught his family to be strong, to treasure what they have, and to prioritize family above all. His infectious joy, quick wit, and boundless compassion created a fun and loving environment at every gathering. As his son Bona said, "Today is not a goodbye, but a continuation of a new chapter of life as your blood is within us." His story of perseverance and heroism will inspire future generations. I had the honor to meet my father-in-law when I started dating my wife, and I can tell you, when you walk into the room with him, you can feel the energy. You come out with a smile. He was just an amazing person. He is the sunshine in the room. May Mr. Thim's soul find eternal peace, and may his loved ones find solace in the Dharma. Farewell, dearest father, grandfather. Your legacy will live on forever. Thank you. I will go ahead and pass this to the remembrance from family. So if any children or grandchildren, please, you're welcome to come up here and do your remembrance. Thank you. Oh, can you translate? We're gonna. I know it's a long eulogy, and I'm gonna ask one of the monks here to help me translate my eulogy in Khmer, so that way everybody understand. Thank you.
ជាផងសូមក្រាបនមស្ការព្រះគុណរតនត្រ័យក្រាបគោរពយៈធិរាអន្តរព្រះអង្គព្រះសង្ឃដែលមុនមកបំពេញសាសនកិច្ចប្រសិទ្ធិនិយោជាគណៈសទ្ធាក្រុមគ្រួសាររបស់មហាបាសកឌីថិនឧបាសិកាជានៅក្រុមគ្រួសារជាកលបុត្រកលធីតាញាតិមិត្តបងប្អូនកល្យាណមិត្តទាំងអស់ដែលជួយមករួមមើលណាត់ទុកដល់ក្រុមគ្រួសាររបស់ឧបាសកឌីថិនក្នុងការប្រែភាសាអង់គ្លេសមកជាភាសាខ្មែរដោយការប្រែលឿននោះលឿនបន្តិចដោយសារបានព្រៀងទុកក៏សូមអធិស្ឋានในការស្គាល់ឆ្កងយ៉ាងណាក៏សូមអធិស្ឋានតែនឹងជាយាមប៉ុណ្ណឹង First of all, would like to express condolences on behalf of monastic communities, Buddha monks here and many temples in the United States and in Motherland. Before I do the translation that I will ask, an instant translation from English into Khmer, I would like to say a few words. So grateful that the family support Buddha Sasana, Buddhism, many temples that have received his generous family's generosity to support. He was a reactive, remarkable person that we shall cherish. So, for today, you are here. Families have come together in this difficult time, and friends who have come far and near to support. But his legacy, the legacy of cultivating good deeds, will show a good example for his children, grandchildren, and all cousin and relatives that have known him back in Motherland, in Whittier, and here. As a Buddhist monk, that have received his support when he could drive, his wife, beloved wife, Upasika, Jimao, constantly to the temple close by, his son, Thom, Whit, and usually not just took his wife, but his friends who could not be able to come to the temple. So he's very generous. His loving kindness and compassion is remarkable. That's why I like to share it on behalf of Buddha monks here in many temples, and on behalf of the Whittier Buddhist Monk Society in the USA, which I myself was Grand President in Southern California. So we're grateful. I know that he has found them because of his good deed, his wholesomeness. So now I would like to translate into Khmer. ក្នុងពិធីរំលឹកការសេចក្តីគោរពស្រឡាញ់ជាបាសកឌីថឹមដែលបានកើតនៅឆ្នាំ1937ហើយនឹងមរណភាពក្នុងឆ្នាំ2025ក្នុងថ្ងៃទី21ខែមេសាឆ្នាំ2025នៅវេលាម៉ោង 6:45 នាទីរសៀលយប់ក្នុងម៉ោងPacific Time ឧបសគ្គនេះថាដែលជាសញ្ញានៃតួយ៉ាងនៃសេចក្តីអាណិតអាសូរជាអ្នកប្រកបដោយបញ្ញាជាអ្នកមានអារម្មណ៍ស្រស់ស្រាយរីករាយបានមានចាក់យកនេះទៅតាមសេចក្តីស្ងប់ក្នុងជំនាយុ88ក្រោយពីបានតស៊ូនៅលើជាទីអស់រយៈពេល15ឆ្នាំដែលហៅថា prostate cancer ឧបសគ្គនេះខ្ញុំកើតនៅថ្ងៃទី7ខែមករាឆ្នាំ1937ក្នុងស្រុកឧដុង្គរាជាណាចក្រកម្ពុជាជាកូនប្រុសរបស់លោក Thim ដូចចឹង Thim ហើយនឹងអ្នកម្ដាយឈ្មោះSin Yu ឧបសគ្គនេះខ្ញុំបានមានជីវិតប្រកបដោយណាដើរតាមនាទីនៃព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាសិលធម៌ក្នុងព្រះពុទ្ធសាសនាហើយបានបន្សល់ទុកនៅអនុស្សាវរីយ៍ដ៏ល្អដល់ក្រុមគ្រួសារសិស្សានុសិស្សហើយនិងសង្គមក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជានិងសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកហើយបានបន្សល់ទុកនៅជាជាទីស្រឡាញ់ដែលបានជាគូជីវិតដែលគ្នាអស់រយៈពេលជាង60ឆ្នាំគឺសុបាតិកាជាម៉ៅគឺម៉ៅជាបន្សល់ទុកនៅកូនទាំង7នាក់ចៅ15នាក់បន្សល់ទុកនៅគេមរតកនៃសេចក្តីស្រឡាញ់ជាអត់ធន់និងការបម្រើសេវាកម្មដោយចប់ក្នុងសង្គមកុមារភាពនិងការសិក្សាឆ្នាំ1937រហូតដល់ឆ្នាំ1957ឧបសគ្គធំមានឧបសគ្គធំជាកូនម្នាក់ក្នុងចំណោមបងប្អូន11នាក់ចឹងទៅមានក្នុងនោះមានស្រី4នាក់ប្រុស6នាក់ទាំងអស់គ្នាគឺបានស្នាប់មួយគាត់មុននឹងបានសក់នេះតែហើយគាត់បានមានវិវត្តធនាគារចម្រើនផងដែរក្នុងស្រុកឧដុង្គស្រុកឧដុង្គខេត្តកណ្ដាលណាស្រុកឧដុង្គខេត្តកណ្ដាលសមាជិកស្ដាយសំដៅតាមសរសេរជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសណាហើយបានបង្ហាញនៅការចំណូលចិត្តតាំងពីកុមារភាពក្នុងការសិក្សាហើយក្នុងការបង្រៀននៅក្នុងឆ្នាំ1957លោកបានសម្រេចការសិក្សាពីសាលាព្រះស៊ីសវ័តសាលាមធ្យមសិក្សាព្រះស៊ីសវ័តនៅក្នុងក្រុងភ្នំពេញដែលជាមូលដ្ឋានគ្រឹះក្នុងការសិក្សាក្នុងជីវិតរបស់គាត់ហើយការខិតខំបន្តនៃការសិក្សារបស់គាត់ការចំណូលចិត្តក្នុងការបង្រៀនហើយនឹងបានសិទ្ធិកម្មរបស់គាត់ក្នុងឆ្នាំ1958ដល់ឆ្នាំ1965ឧបសគ្គធំបានបង្រៀនភាសាបារាំងក្នុងភាសាឯកជនជាសាលាឯកជនក្នុងទីក្រុងភ្នំពេញហើយភាពជាការទាក់ទាញណាទាក់ទាញបំផុសគំនិតរបស់កូនសិស្សរបស់គាត់ដើម្បីនឹងធ្វើឲ្យគាត់នឹងមាន បំផុសគំនិតនៃការបើកសាលារៀនជាភាសាបារាំងនោះដោយសេចក្តីស្រឡាញ់ក្នុងភាសាសិស្សានុសិស្សរបស់គាត់ហើយក្នុងភាពមានសក្តានុពលរបស់សិស្សរបស់គាត់បានបំផុសគំនិតឲ្យគាត់នឹងបើកសាលាសាលាឯកជនជាដំបូងជាភាសាបារាំងក្នុងឆ្នាំ1963អូទៅមានតែឲ្យប្រែមានស្រាប់ហើយតាមានហើយហ្នឹងហើយឆ្នាំចង់អានជាភាសាខ្មែរតែម្ដងណាហើយលោកអាចបានខ្សែជាភាសាបារាំងយកមកយកខ្លះទេញោមសរសេរសម្រាប់តខ្លួនហើយបានអានហើយមិនអានទេលោកព្រោះតាមជាថៃតែក្រែងមិនបានអាចយកខ្លះទេញោមក្នុងឆ្នាំក្នុងចន្លោះឆ្នាំ1963រហូតដល់ឆ្នាំ1965គាត់បានបើកសាលាបន្ថែមចំនួន2គឺសាលានៅឧដុង្គមួយកន្លែងដាក់ឈ្មោះថាអនុវិទ្យាល័យអដ្ឋារុនិងមួយទៀតនៅកំពង់ឆ្នាំងដាក់ឈ្មោះថាអនុវិទ្យាល័យបញ្ចសិលានៅពេលក្នុងពេលប្រហែលឆ្នាំនោះគាត់បានបែងចែកពេលវេលារបស់គាត់រវាងសាលាដើម្បីបន្តរៀនភាសាបារាំងដល់សិស្សរបស់គាត់ក្នុងឆ្នាំ1965គាត់បានរៀបការជាមួយម្ដាយខ្ញុំគឺបានការជាម៉ៅណាអ្នកស្រីជាម៉ៅអានតាមសេឆ្នាំ1969តាមការនៅកម្ពុជាមិនស្ថិតទេមានភាពវឹកវរដូច្នេះហើយឪពុកនិងម្ដាយរបស់ខ្ញុំបានសម្រេចចិត្តបិទសាលារៀនហើយផ្លាស់ទៅរស់នៅភូមិថ្មកូនក្នុងក្រុងបាត់ដំបងដែលជាស្រុកកំណើតរបស់ម្ដាយខ្ញុំនៅក្នុងរយៈពេល5ឆ្នាំនោះឪពុកខ្ញុំបានក្លាយជាកសិករដោយជួយជីតាខ្ញុំគ្រប់គ្រងកសិដ្ឋានរបស់គាត់ឆ្នាំ1975ដល់ឆ្នាំ1979 17 មេសាឆ្នាំ1975ខេត្តហោបានចូលការការប្រទេសកម្ពុជាប្រជាជនកម្ពុជាទូទាំងប្រទេសត្រូវបានជម្រះចេញពីទីក្រុងទៅជនបទក្រោមលេសថានឹងមានការទម្លាក់របែកយ៉ាងខ្លាំងពីសំណាក់អាមេរិកនៅលើទីក្រុងនិងទីប្រជុំនានាទូទាំងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាគ្រួសាររបស់ខ្ញុំត្រូវបានទម្លាក់ចេញពីទីឋានហើយបន្ទាប់មកក៏បានបែកគ្នាបងប្រុសរបស់ខ្ញុំនិងរូបខ្ញុំត្រូវបានគេបំបែកចេញពីគ្រួសារហើយធ្លាក់ក្នុងជំរំការងារដាច់ដោយឡែកពីគ្នាប្រហែលសប្តាហ៍ក្រោយមកការសម្ដែងវិទ្យាបានចាស់ដើមអតីតវិញ្ញាណវិជ្ជបណ្ឌិតអ្នកអប់រំបុគ្គលិករដ្ឋាភិបាលអ្នកចេះដឹងគ្នាត្រូវបានសម្ដែងជីវិតរាប់រយនាក់ឪពុករបស់ខ្ញុំតែងតែរត់គេចពីការធ្វើទុកបុកម្នេញពីភូមិមួយទៅភូមិមួយដើម្បីរក្សាជីវិតឆ្នាំខែមករាឆ្នាំ1979កងទ័ពវៀតណាមបានជួលរំលងម៉ែកំហងឪពុកខ្ញុំមានឱកាសរត់គេចចេញពីស្រុកដោយនាំបងប្រុសខ្ញុំនិងរូបខ្ញុំនិងក្រុមគ្រួសារពីអ្នកចេញពីស្រុកឆ្លងកាត់វាលមីចូលព្រំដែនកម្ពុជាថៃឆ្នាំ1980ក្រុមគ្រួសាររបស់ខ្ញុំបានរស់នៅក្នុងជំរំជាខ្លួនមួយដែលមានឈ្មោះថាខាវីដាក្នុងរយៈពេល1ឆ្នាំត្រូវបានទេទៅជំរំចំនួន3ផ្សេងគ្នាជំរំទី2គឺជំរំជាខ្លួនកាកែចឹងដែលពួកគេត្រូវការគ្រូបង្រៀនហើយបានសុំឪពុកខ្ញុំផ្លាស់ទៅទីនោះនៅក្នុងជំរំជាខ្លួនទាំងអស់ដែលយើងរស់នៅឪពុករបស់ខ្ញុំបានបង្រៀនភាសាខ្មែរដល់កូនរបស់ជនជាតិខ្លួនខ្មែរដើម្បីឲ្យពួកគេចេះរក្សាអក្សរសាស្ត្រជាតិ ថ្ងៃទី7 ខែមករាឆ្នាំ1981ក្រសួងសេវាអន្តរជាតិសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកសេវាក្រសួងអន្តរប្រវេសន៍សហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកបានទទួលយកគ្រួសាររបស់ខ្ញុំឲ្យមកចាត់តាំងទីលំនៅឋានថ្មីសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកថ្ងៃទី22 ខែមីនាឆ្នាំ1981គ្រួសាររបស់ខ្ញុំបានមកដល់សហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកមកកាន់រដ្ឋ Louisiana ចឹងនេះឆ្នាំ1981ដល់ឆ្នាំ1985ពេលរស់នៅក្នុងរដ្ឋ Louisiana ឪពុករបស់ខ្ញុំបានធ្វើការជាជាងឈើជាងជួសជុលផ្ទះនិងជាអ្នកបោះសម្អាតដើម្បីផ្គត់ផ្គង់គ្រួសាររបស់គាត់ខែកក្កដាឆ្នាំ1985ក្រុមគ្រួសារខ្ញុំបានធ្វើទីលំនៅមកព្រោះនៅរដ្ឋ California ឆ្នាំ1985រហូតដល់ចូលនិវត្តន៍គាត់ធ្វើការជាកម្មករសំណង់និងអ្នកបើកការផ្នែកជួសជុលផ្ទះឆ្នាំ2009គាត់ត្រូវបានគេធ្វើរោគវិនិច្ឆ័យថាមានជំងឺអារីពេញប្រសេដំណាក់កាលទី4ចឹងទៅឆ្នាំ2010ការវះកាត់ត្រូវបានធ្វើឡើងដើម្បីយកអារីចេញដែលអនុញ្ញាតឲ្យគាត់រស់នៅបាន15ឆ្នាំបន្ទាប់រហូតដល់10ឆ្នាំនេះនៅពេលដែលអារីចាប់ដើមលេចឡើងម្ដងទៀតនៅដើមខែមេសាឆ្នាំ2025គាត់បានចាប់ដើមការព្យាបាលដោយការរស្មីជាអកុសលគាត់មិនអាចបន្តការព្យាបាលបានទេគាត់បាត់បង់ចំណង់អាហារហើយកម្លាំងរបស់គាត់ក៏បាត់ទៅជាមួយដែរនៅថ្ងៃទី21ខែមេសាឆ្នាំ2025គាត់បានទទួលឡើងពីការទៅឪពុកនេះThimមានកូនសរុប9នាក់ចឹងនេះគឺបុនីបុណាបុណាក់បុថនពេជ្រឆេងសុភារីមូលនីកានិងចេព្រីកូនពេជ្រនិងឆេងបានស្លាប់ក្នុងសម័យសង្គ្រាមគាត់លាចាក់យកនេះទៅដោយសល់ទុកកូនទាំងអស់7នាក់កូនប្រុស5នាក់កូនស្រី2នាក់រួមទាំងជាមួយម្ដាយរបស់រួមទាំងជាមួយភរិយាគឺមាតិកាជាម៉ៅចៅ15នាក់ប្រុស5នាក់ស្រី10នាក់ព្រមទាំងសាច់ញាតិមិត្តភក្តិរាប់ទាំងអស់នេះជាការសរសេរនៃជីវប្រវត្តិនៃកូនរបស់គាត់និងក្រុមគ្រួសារបានទីព្រៀងទុកណាជីវិតខេមរៈពិសាសាសនាយើងដូច្នេះសូមការមកចូលរួមនៅមរណទុក្ខក្នុងបុរកម្មនេះពីអស់លោកអ្នកជាកល្យាណមិត្តហើយនឹងញាតិមិត្តសាច់ញាតិហិតរបស់ម៉ាបាសក់ឌីថឹមហើយនឹងគោរពរាប់អានជាបាតកាជាម៉ៅសូមឲ្យអស់លោកអ្នកតាំងចិត្តនិងចូលរួមកម្មវិធីដោយសេចក្តីគោរពស្រឡាញ់ហើយនឹងសូមអធិដ្ឋានតាមហត្ថលេខារបស់លោកអ្នកទុកជាអនុស្សាវរីយ៍ដ៏ល្អសម្រាប់គាត់ដែលជាសម្រាប់ជនម្នាក់ដ៏ឆ្នើមនៅក្នុងការបំពេញមន្តទីជាលោកឪពុកជាស្វាមីដ៏ល្អហើយនឹងជាលោកតាណាដល់ចាំចាំទាំងអស់គ្រប់គ្នានិងញាតិមិត្តបងប្អូនអស់គ្នាដែរគាត់បានបំពេញនៅកសលកម្មដែរហើយការបំពេញនៅកសលកម្មរបស់គាត់នឹងមិនបានរចនាជាអនិច្ចអវធរទេគឺគាត់បានធ្វើផ្ទាល់ គឺអស់លោកអ្នកបានណាស់ដឹងជាពិសេសគឺកលវត្តកលចាគុណប្រុសគុណស្រីចាំអស់ស្រីដែលមានការថែរក្សាតនរបស់គាត់ដែលយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាមានយ៉ាងប្រសងបានឃើញនៅព្រឹត្តិការណ៍នេះណាទង្វើដ៏ប្រពៃរបស់កលវត្តកលចាបានជួយជាការថែរក្សាបានធ្វើតាមបង្គាប់របស់គាត់តាមនីតិនៃពុទ្ធសាសនាដូចជាការធ្វើបុណ្យដានជនអាយុគាត់ได้មានសប្បាយណាស់នៅរយៈចុងក្រោយរបស់គាត់ទោះបីរោគជាជីសព្វរាងកាយរបស់គាត់ប្រព្រំនៅរោគមហារោគតែកំណត់នេះមិនបានតែចិត្តគាត់មានទីមកបានឃើញដោយសារតែគាត់ទៅត្រូវតែគាត់វិចារទៅមុនគាត់ទៅក៏បានទៅសូមទៅថាសពតាមតាមអត់គាត់អ្នកសូមសម្ដែងនៅដាក់ទុកក្នុងមានប្រសំតែមានប្រវត្តិមាននៅជំនាញប្រសំនៅតាមបណ្ដាវត្តផ្សេងៗណាយ៉ាងនៅអញ្ញាតភូមិផងគាត់បានជួយជាមួយនឹងគូជីវិតរបស់គាត់យកបានតែការជាបានគេបានបន្តគ្រប់គ្រងប្រសំតែជាគោលធម៌ប្រសំដែលធ្លាប់បន្តគ្រប់គ្រងក៏បានពេញនៅមកប្រសំទៅឥណ្ឌាដែលឡើងជារូបថតរបស់គាត់ទឹកមុនទឹកប្រសំនៅក្នុងចានឡៃនេះเนาะដូច្នេះជាបនបីរបស់គាត់តែគាត់ជាសពជនម្នាក់ដែលគូសរសើរសូមអរគុណនិងសូមអរគុណសូមអរគុណ
So the next event is the Remembrance from Family. If any children and grandchildren would like to come up to speak about remember their father or their grandfather, please feel free to come up now.
You can do it. Should be fine.
Thank you all for coming out today. Daddy is smiling from ear to ear, seeing the unity, love, and laughter. Your support means the world to us. It really does. Daddy, you've taught us many things, from how to survive the toughest situations, showing us how hard work and perseverance pays off. To not take things too serious, to always lead with compassion and humility, and most importantly, what unconditional love looks and feels like. I've been blessed with many things in my life, and one of the many blessings is to be your daughter. Thank you for being the loudest silent cheerleader, for loving unconditionally, for leading by example, and for always doing it all with a smile. I find comfort in knowing that you're no longer physically suffering. I know you're already up there paving the way for us. Until we are together again, I know you'll never leave our side. We'll continue to minimize obstacles for us and make sure our hearts are filled with compassion. In this lifetime and any other lifetime, I pray that we'll meet again. I love you and will miss you every day of my life. Thank you.
Wow, look at my farm. You can see it's a beautiful. Wow, look at everyone who's here this morning. I'm not surprised. This is who we were. You have this kind of effect on everyone you are around. I just want to let you know that you have been a great father. You have shown all of your children to love one another, and it shows throughout the days leading to today. I know that you are smiling right now. You're smiling because I hope you see what a great job your children have done to celebrate your life. I am so proud of everyone, so I just want to end this with a note to you. I hope that you are at peace. I want you to know that I am at peace knowing that you left peacefully. I will always miss you and I love you. Hope goodbye, Papa. You will always be in my heart. I love you.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeff, the youngest of the bunch. I wanted to start by thanking everyone for joining us today. To my mother and siblings, you are the wealth that holds her father's legacy firm. As a family through these hard times, you have shown us how hard work and teamwork makes all the dreams work. My father is proud of us all for coming together and really showing him what his guidance has translated into. I'm blessed and thankful to be part of such an amazing bunch. I will not trade you guys for the world. As we stand up all next to your corner, I felt it necessary to give you all the flowers. To those in attendance, your love and prayers hold a special place in my heart. It shows me what type of man my father was to each and every one of us. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your love and support during this time. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us today. May everyone continue to live a blessed and peaceful life. So this is my version of the man I call my father. Relentless, caring, full of grace. If there was such thing as a perfect person, a perfect role model, I place my father in that category. Life doesn't entail being perfect, but he was the perfect man to our family. He survived the world war, genocide, and the struggles of relocating to a new world with nothing, not a lick of English, and nothing material. He carried with him the most important aspect of life, a family, his path, his ability to love selflessly, gave him the courage to truly live the American dream, something that every individual in America longs for. The way he obtained his dreams was through his guidance to our family. He showed us what it means to be content and disciplined with what we have, making the most of everything around him, and making resources of what he was given allowed him to lead myself and each of my siblings to success. Without his ability to visually show us what being a model citizen is like, we wouldn't be in the positions we are in, as a family, as citizens, or as human beings. He constantly showed us calmness, kindness, patience, and understanding towards people. He was a true master of Zen. Through this, we were able to radiate the sense of humility and love that each and every one of us is supposed to shine on this earth. Father, although we no longer have you physically present with us, we will always have your presence with us. A piece of you will forever be engraved in myself and the people you touch. My siblings and I have taken a lot from your lessons. You are beyond professor of French. You've been the greatest professor of life. I model myself around the gentle, soft-spoken man you are. You always knew how to touch a room with your calmness, presence, and most contagious smile. If it weren't for you being the man that you are until your very last breath, I would not be a fraction of the person I am today. Today we honor you, my dear Father, for your commitment to family, to friends, and to the world. We are blessed to have been privileged with your guidance for 88 years. Your 88 years on this earth has blessed many hearts. The kindness, compassion, and removal of judgment has shown me that there's a lot more to gain from life. Life through your scope is filled with fun, with laughter, resilience, and many jokes. Your carefree charisma has allowed our whole family to really relax and enjoy ourselves in the moment. We may not have been blessed with a model life from the beginning, but you paved the way to show us how hard work translates into a better life. Through all your trials and tribulations, you have shown me how a real man is supposed to lead. You showed me what sacrifice looks like and what having pure grit entails. I hope one day I can be a father and a man merely as courageous and loving as you. May your happiness and contagious smile continue in all of our hearts. We will forever hold a piece of you in our hearts. No matter where my path takes me in life, I promise you I'll continue to make you proud. Thank you for endless laughter and priceless memories. We will forever shine through our beautiful family. Please rest peacefully in the lawn until we meet again, Father. I love you.
Good afternoon, families and friends. Thank you very much for being here today to pay respect to my fine Lord Thim. I just wanted to let you know he is a great man. He has such a kind heart and he touches everyone's lives. Makes everybody happy. I just wanted to share my last memories of my father-in-law before he passed. Around 12:15 in the morning, after Easter, so it's already Monday morning, he was hospitalized in San Antonio Hospital, and he was so tired. His eyes was gray, he can barely open it up, and then the minute, Jeffrey brought my mother-in-law into the room, both of his eyes popped open. And I told him, I said, Daddy, your heart is here, it's beating boom, 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 boom. And he just gives a half smile. And everyone was laughing in the room, but that's all he could give. My mother-in-law is the love of his life. So, I always said that, she's his heart and his other heart is my boy. He lived with us for 17 years until the end. What's your name? What's your name? What do you want to say to grandma?
Okay, who's next? Grandkids?
Anybody like to come up next?
Grandchildren?
Hello everyone, I'm Chloe Sam, grandparents to a grandchild. First, I would like to thank everyone for coming together to celebrate the life of my mom. Everyone gathered yesterday had a special place in Elizabeth's heart. Chloe truly did live the best I ever can imagine. She was surrounded by a really strong, beautiful wife and sick me. When people mention the word love, the first thing that comes to my mind is don't love her mom. If you know mine, you know she could be a bit much, but no matter what, don't look like her family is a good thing. One night during our nightly routine to come, when Mom was at home, I asked Go, what do you like about Mom? He paused for a second, looked at me, he sparkles in his eyes, and said, I love the way she talks. Even though the English isn't hard too much, I try to wish Mom say, when you love someone so dearly. This was one of many times she talked about her so lovingly like this. Golden was also surrounded by incredible kids and grandkids. He loved all 7 kids in their own ways and always looked forward to seeing them. During family gatherings, Golden was going to have a box because all 7 of his kids loved music just as much as he did. During these gatherings, they would have big dance circles, dancing and having a great time. These are Golden's favorites. On the other hand, his grandkids would look and laugh at their parents with Golden. Goose laughed at them. After the laughter, Golden would encourage us to get with them to dance with them. He was the biggest cheerleader and most motivating person in the world. As Golden had a special bond with everyone, nothing compares to the one he and I had. Everyone knows Golden as a sweet, patient man he is, but I have other things. There were times when Golden and I were gardening, but nothing was like this one moment. Once him and I were at the rancher house gardening with Mom, while Mom and Mommy were in the kitchen making food for dinner. I was turning the dirt, and he was picking out roots a few feet away from me, and all of a sudden I heard him call over. I know. Yes, Mom. I walked over to him and he said something. He had something in his shovel. I was curious on what it was, but when I took a close look, I saw some work. Next thing you know, he built it into my face. Mom, it's going to work my face. I said, right back inside. Comes in a few seconds later, laughing his butt off. He thought it was so funny and laughed about it for the rest of the evening. Ever since then, I never gardened with Golden, and if I did, I kept my distance away from him. When Naruto started living with us in July 2024, I tried my best to go to all Golden's doctor's appointments as often as I could. Some of my favorites were his shoulder checkups and his radiation treatments. Once when I went to a shoulder checkup with my mom, the doctor was taking forever, so I grabbed a pen and started drawing the exam table paper. After At first, Gong didn't pay attention and then he looked over. Hey, what are you doing? You took it off before the doctor comes. Why are you messing with that? He started to panic, thinking I was going to get in trouble. So then, I began messing with him and doing big circles on the whole table. Hey, stop, this is going to get you. He began raising his voice a little bit. Mommy and I were laughing so hard off he attempted to rip the paper off with his good hand. When he couldn't do it, he put his hand back down and looked at me. I giggled, then put the pen in his hand and slid it on to make it seem like he did it. Hey, who's that? What are you doing? He drank again, so I took the pen away. Then the doctor came in. I've never seen Gong sit so still till that moment. However, we reached him one day. When Gong was too big to walk, we had to push him in his wheelchair. So while Mommy parked the car, Ma walked up the ramp, and I followed along while pushing Gong. While Ma was walking a distance away from me, I started to very slowly speed up the wheelchair while making car noises. Gong was saying, as he was freaked out from the sudden movement. At the top, I would ask him, Gong, was that fun? He'd shake his head and rub his face and say, no. This did bring a good laugh to his weight, even though he was in pain. While Gong lived with us, we had these nightly routines. These weekends consisted of us cleaning him up before bed, adjusting until he was sleeping comfortable, and putting on quiet ointments, and tucking him in. He liked being tucked in all the way up to his ears, so he looked like a caterpillar in a cocoon. After I'd say goodnight, I hugged him and laughed. I walked out and tickled his feet under his blanket. He would say, hey, Ted, what's that little high? He would lift his foot to kick me, and I would run off for like, gee, today's Swiss day, which is my way of saying goodnight and crying. He would laugh hysterically and look at the night. Although Gong and I never had a grandpa-granddaughter one-on-one talk, over the years I learned two main things from him, which was no matter what, he would love to the fullest and always treat and care others the way he wanted to be treated. Gong never went to bed mad or upset, and he always had a positive mind. He was so zen and careful with everything, and he always had a smile on his face, and was constantly laughing. When he would go out, he made sure to do good deeds for the homeless people on the street, and make sure we were respectful to the strangers around us. When we went to Cambodia, he would treat the kids on the side of the street, have money or food in their stomachs. This is a big reason why we have to go so much, because he's an amazing man and knows the place. To end off, I would like to say my goodbyes to him. Well, I miss you very much, and hope to have a grandpa like you in every lifetime. You made me the person I am today, and I'll keep fighting for you. I promise to look after my mom and dad. Never let anything happen, though. I'm glad you're no more yapping and suffering. You made a big impact on the whole family, and I miss your laugh, jokes, voice, and most more of your smile. Rest in peace, way nowhere. Here you go, his face so today.
Hi everyone, I'm Savannah. I'm Gong's 8th grandkid, and his favorite grandkid to scheme with whenever he wanted food, but he probably shouldn't have it because of his diabetes. He knew that I'd give it to him anyway. Ever since I was little, whenever someone asked me, who's your hero? The answer was easy. It was my Gong. He raised me and shaped me into the person who I am today. He's the reason I never settled for less. Even when I could do things myself, he would cut up my fruit, pick out the bones on my fish, peel my shrimp, and cook me his signature dish, lumpia. Every single day, when I got home from school, right up until 2nd grade, when I learned to do it myself. In that way, Gong was technically the first person who taught me how to cook. And I know part of him was sad when I no longer needed him to make my food, but mostly he was proud to see me becoming independent. He always made me feel like his little princess. One of my favorite memories with him was in kindergarten when I got out of school early and Brianna and Gary were not in the car, so it was just me and Gong at the gas station. I was used to always getting a sweet treat or a Slurpee, but that day, when I asked Gong if I could get a sweet treat, he opened his wallet and said, no money. And of course, my 5-year-old heart was devastated, and I pouted while I waited for him in the car to return. But a few minutes later, Gong came back from the gas station, waving a Snickers bar in the air, laughing at me, and as he handed it to me, he just had a huge smile on his face. And that made me so happy, and it made my face light up. Looking back, that is just something that Gong would do, always surprising people, always making sure that me and others weren't disappointed. He always put others before his own happiness, and I hope to achieve the same in my own life. That's why today I brought a Snickers bar with me to give to you, Pom Pom. 14 years ago, you gave me that candy corn when I least expected it, and it brought me so much joy. Today I want to return the favor to you in a small way. Thank you for all the joy that you gave me throughout my entire life. You had a way of making the whole room laugh and bringing light into tough situations, like when it'd be just you and me and Ma at home, and she was going off about something that we did wrong. You were always in the corner trying not to laugh, and I was always standing there with you, also trying not to laugh. Most of all, I'll miss our schemes together when I was in high school, when I purposely order extra fast food or get an extra large size of dessert and bring home for you. And the second you spot it, you'd always tell me, "Banana," and I'd be like, "Yes," and he'd wave me over so that I could give him half of the treat. We always did this in secret, because it was usually 8 or 9 p.m., and his sugar intake was cut off for the day, but I'd make sure he got an extra sweet treat before bed. I'll never be able to repay you for how well you cared for me growing up, and for always making sure that I had just what I needed. I wish I could have spent more time around you these last few months, but I know that you left this world surrounded by so much love, and you deserve nothing less than unconditional love. I love you so much, Pom. I hope I'll keep making you proud. Good night, and I look forward to seeing you in my dreams.
Let's hopefully just do that.
Hello everyone, my name is Josephina and I am Gold's granddaughter. Growing up, my view of Gold was that he was kind, smart, quiet, and hardworking. As I started coming over to them to help take care of them, that's when I saw more of his personality shine. I found out that he's really funny and silly. One time, I was behind him to take off his diaper, and he just farts on my face. It's bad timing, or I don't know, but we just start laughing. That was the second time that he did that, and the door was locked, so I was literally just in the room with his fart. He's super resilient. I won't forget the moment when I visited him at the hospital with Cousin Shirley. We just sat by his bed while he was sleeping. Waited there for a bit, just being present with him. And then he starts coughing and just wakes up from it. He sees us and he just has the biggest smile on his face. I instantly started bawling my eyes out underneath my mask, thinking, wow, despite being in pain, it didn't stop him from smiling and making light of the dark situation. And then he went back to sleep. I also noticed that he's really self-sufficient. If he could do things on his own, he would. One time, as we were finishing up his night routine in the bathroom, he was standing, and I was ready for him to sit back down on his wheelchair. But he didn't. He continued standing. He grabbed a razor out of the cabinet and started shaving his face. His legs started trembling, he was struggling, his hands were gripping hard on the sink, but he didn't stop till he was satisfied. That little shred of independence he had, he fought for it. Another thing I'm really glad to witness was the relationship between him and my grandmother. They laugh and tease each other like best friends, but the care and love for each other runs deep. There's a type of love where you get mad when you don't eat. And seeing his bond with his daughter, Tom, his other kids and grandkids was really beautiful as well. He was surrounded by so much love. I'm thankful that I had this opportunity to be closer to my grandpa and help make his life and my aunt's life easier. It taught me a lot and showed me even more what real love is.
I love you, God. Thank you for all your sacrifices, for your presence, and may you rest in peace. Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Brianna and I'm one of Garth's grandchildren. We had the privilege of living 18 years with him. Now he has brightened my soul for my entire life. All the people who have put on his life as a testament to the amazing person he was. God has touched every life here today. His humor, his laughter, his kindness, his courage, and most importantly, through the indescribable amount of love he led his life. In his remembrance, I wanted to share some of my favorite memories and characteristics of God. Dear God, first, I will miss your smile and your laugh so much. I love the way your chuckle would put an instant smile on everyone's faces, and how your laugh would be like a beam of light on a cloudy day. Whenever you were happy, regardless of how my day was, it always made me happy. When I look back at photos now, seeing the genuine kindness in your eyes and the teepee smile I miss so dearly now brings words to my heart to recognize that I was loved by someone so extraordinary. Next, I will also miss your sense of humor and sass that made me realize where the community genes in this family came from. The way we would play Zico and have the iconic chop, chop, chop was something I always looked forward to because your innocent smile and accompanied everything. Additionally, your iconic side eye of my mom, where you would get lectured about your medicines or about eating sweets, that was something I miss. We would always laugh when she would call you out when you acted like you did nothing wrong. Additionally, I will miss having adventures with you. I'm going to miss the hours I used to have with you throughout my years, and they were always so chaotic but memorable. Even when I was a children at home and we watched Cambodian music all day, I'm going to miss the little fit taps we did and the broken conversations we planned that made me want to become a better speaker. I sometimes wish I was a little bit older, so I could accompany you to the casino and see you win the jackpots that made your wallet so fat. But I'm glad I got to give you some ammunition while I could, and you can enjoy it while you could as well. When looking back on memories, I laugh at the times when we would play animal control and protect Grandma in her garden from the squirrels and rabbits that would eat the plants. It always puts a smile on my face when I think about the times I cooked for you and you said Chinese when I asked you if it was good. I feel so lucky to have been a part of so many joyous times during your life, and my life will always be more joyous because you were there. Finally, I will miss how you loved and cared for everyone. You were always so proud of everyone's accomplishments and wholeheartedly loved us all so much. One of my favorite memories was when I moved out for college, and you were the very first person to start tearing up before I could say goodbye. Before then, I couldn't recall the last time I saw you cry. In that moment, I could feel how proud, happy, and bittersweet but full of love that moment was for you and me. Just know I will continue to try my absolute hardest to make you proud of the granddaughter you helped to raise, and I will never forget all the lessons you taught me. It's gonna be weird to not have you and Granny together anymore, because I also know how much you loved her. Seeing her without you is perhaps one of the hardest things, but I know she'll be okay because your wife is one strong woman who will never forget how much she loved you and how much you absolutely adored her. If I could live the rest of my life with even half as much love to give and receive as you did, I would consider myself lucky. As I approach the end of my speech, I just wanted to thank you, Grandpa. Thank you for raising me. Thank you for loving and guiding me as I grew up. Thank you for always saying, I love you too, even if I would refuse to leave before you did. Thank you for making me smile and laugh. Thank you for dancing and being silly with me. And most of all, even if you had no choice, thank you for being my grandma. I hope you are doing well and at peace wherever you are, and you will always be in my memory and in my heart. I love you, Uncle. Thank you all for listening.
If any other graduates would like to come up here for remembrance? PBA member.
In 1981, beneath a blood-red sky, we fled Cambodia where shadows lie. With wife and five through jungles deep, a father's heart, their lives to keep.
From war's cruel grip, they broke away. The distance short, he added two more, where hope held sway. In new lands, built a life anew. His caller's hands, their dreams he grew.
Each child a spark, a tale to tell. He taught them strength, where love will dwell. Through laughter, tears, and simple days, his quiet courage lit their ways. But time returns, the faith inspires. In 2025, a foe grew dire. Cancer crept, a silent blade. Yet still he fought, his heart unswayed.
Oh, now he rests with no more yo. His spirit soars and runs through open doors. The fields they fled, the home they made, his love endures, it cannot fade.
Alright, now let's open mic. If anybody that'd like to come up here and do a remembrance, please feel free to come up here. So now we're going to go ahead and go to the Whittier tribute. Thank you.
Video liên quan gì đấy, và là anh sao đi một chuyện người ta có một cái tích chuột là cô dân nói kia còn phải làm thì cô nhìn để chào và phải thì sao đi một chuyện đi mình cho chăm chọn để mà rồi tao tao nghĩวิธีเกี่ยวกับศาสนาตรงมนต์ใดคนตัวของคือจากการกรรมที่นาสนาได้การกรรมที่พุทธศาสนาเป็นมนต์โอ้โหเอาเรื่องนี้ก็น่าดูคนไทยย่อมมาเป็นนักด้วยจำอ่านไว้xong lấy con chăm thế cho ta đó.
Hello everyone, I'm Monica. On Tui or on Bo, I'll be reading a poem in memory of my father. In memory of our beloved father in Thim, so full of glee and truth, who ascended to peace when his journey was through. On April soft evening in 2025, he left us with love that will always survive. Born in Dawn's embrace in 1937's dawn, he lived 88 years with strength to lean on. Through Khmer's shadows, he shielded his home. A dad whose courage was carved in just stone. 1981, in the Mortuary, Louisiana, he came with our mother Mortuary and trueness, no wealth, no knowledge of culture, just a name. Yet our father, unwilling, worked hard through day and night. A father who built in a new world and new beginning with his strength and might. His true pride, Thim, Lawrence, and more. When Tom so Perry his tour, Monica, Jeffrey, each heart that he raised, he guided with wisdom with half-like ways. A French professor, he shared knowledge with grace. Then his truest classroom was his family embrace. Through sacrifice, love, and unwavering care, he taught us to dream, to strive, to persevere. In Cambodian village, he built homes with devotion, a father's compassion and eerie motion. His laughter, his warmth, like a beacon would shine, instilling in his children a spirit divine. With our mother Nachir, a partner for 80 or 60 years strong, he showed us what love means, enduring and long. His grandchildren carry his kindness, his spark, a legacy glowing through life, joy, and dark. Our daddy, Thim, your father and teacher, your lesson abide. In the heart of your family, your love is our guide. In Nirvana's soft peace, may you rest evermore. Your children will honor the father they adore. Thank you.
Đi camp thì cô giáo na chặt đàn bán, ai được học thì nâng tới mong muốn được cho mong muốn hai xã so hai xã so tới lại mình chó hai miền riêng cho mà hộp chỉ mong hộp để học miền là được một chiếc miền mai Pram Garden View Reception Center. Play show now, no stand by. Garden View Reception.
29.
ពេលនេះទៅឆ្វេងដៃពេលនេះទៅនៅឆ្វេងដៃប៉ុន្តែពីផ្លូវចូលមកនៅស្ដាំដៃពីនេះទៅយើងចុះពីនេះទៅវិញនៅខាងឆ្វេងដៃហ្នឹងមានម្ហូបអាហាររៀបចំចាំទទួលបងប្អូន